Hello there, and welcome to Music Webinars. Today we turn our focus to the music industry, and I'm joined by a couple that have many strings to their bow. Roxanne and Steve Kiely join us, and it's so great to have you on Music Webinars. You're our first music webinar. Hello.
Whoa.
Hi, Jonesy.
Hi, Jonesy. Nice to be here.
Indeed.
And when I say strings to bows, I'm just looking at you guys. So both of you, so Roxanne, you you work as a music teacher, but also I guess a vocal coach. And Steve, you're a music teacher as well. And you guys obviously are a couple.
Yes.
Well,
So
we came from performance, actually. Both of us were performers for many years before moving into teaching. But Roxanne got into teaching well before I did. And then she dragged me in, basically, which I quite enjoy. But we both came from a performing background.
But the teaching happened as a fluke, really. I mean, as Stephen said, we're both performers, and so back in the late 80s, early 90s, I developed vocal nodules, and from singing. So I was gigging 4 or 5 nights a week, playing guitar, smoky rooms in those days in rock bands, and developed nodules. And usually what happens is people have them surgically removed, like, you know,
This is what happened to me.
Which Stephen had
the same thing. I had my throat cut by John Tonkin, the same guy that did Elton John.
Elton John's.
Way back.
So when I went to when I went to the surgeon, and he put the camera down my nose and had a look at my vocal cords, and he said, "You've got 3 massive nodules." And I said, "I know." Well, hence I couldn't even talk. It was just, I had to wait. I spent my life not talking from Monday through to Thursday, because I had gigs on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it was a stupid way to live. And so I didn't have the surgery, and then studied about what went wrong with my voice. And I just learned all about my vocal cords and the anatomy and why I developed them. Obviously, singing incorrectly and speaking incorrectly. And so I basically taught myself how to speak through those nodules, because nodules are, if they're not polyps, they will go away.
They're like
like calluses on your hands. With us, because we're guitar players, so we get calluses on our hands. And after a year, I went back to the surgeon, and he put the camera down and had a look, and he said, "They've gone." I went, "I know." So then I fluked into teaching. So a friend of mine was working at a college, and she said, "Why don't you come and talk to the students about your story?" And I went, no, I don't want to teach. I just want to go back to gigging and doing what I've been doing all my life. And so I did. I went to it was a tertiary performing arts college out at Parramatta, and I spoke to 50 students, tertiary age students from 18 to 25, 30, and told them about my story, about the whole thing, about my voice and how it happened and how I've cured my nodules. And then since then, I've never lost my voice. And I got the standing ovation, which was really good. I went, "Oh, this is cool." Nice. And so I was invited to teach, and I did. And I started teaching there. And then, so that was in 95, I started teaching. And then when Stephen and I met in 97, I said, "Why don't we open our own music school?" And he said, "No, I don't want to teach." I said, "But you've got all this talent, and you're a fantastic musician."
And I said, "I know I've got all this talent, but dear, I don't want to teach."
And so we started our own school called ScoopFX Music.
Yeah.
And so we still gigged, and because we teach everything from piano, instruments, and songwriting, vocals. I do the vocals, and I can, so after developing this technique, I can extend range, and it's it's a fantastic way to sing without getting any fatigue. Like when talking about sporting, we were having a chat earlier, I listened to some of the sports people, because Stephen and I are NRL supporters, and we're listening to Lockyer talk, and I think, if only I can get my hands on him, I can fix his voice.
I think a lot of ladies want to get their hands on Darren Lockyer.
But not necessarily for his voice.